Hello and welcome back to Charming Pages. My name is Sam and today I have another video with books I'd like to read coming up. So in my last video I had said that even though it's kind of like spooky season, I'm not really in the mood for like heavy, dark, too spooky kind of books. But like right now I really have been enjoying reading like just really light fluffy rom-coms. Just ignore my dogs if they come into the screen. I can't control them. But so I had mentioned too that I made that TBR video or list, and then I was like, I probably won't read any of these because I found a bunch of cute books at the library that I wanted to get to. So this video is going to be those books. So I have a very large stack here of books I'd like to go through and talk about a little bit. Thank you. You're standing in front of a camera. So the first book that I want to talk about is The Lending Library by Eliza Fogelson. So this one I'm reading right now. Actually, I'm a little more than halfway through. So this book sounded really cute. Honestly, the word library caught my eye and that's why I picked it up. Also, the cover is just really cute. I like the colors. So this book is about this girl. She's an art teacher and she lives in a small town and she loves going to the library, but one day she tries to go and it's closed for remodeling and they don't know when it's going to be open again. So she decides to start her own little library in her art classroom, and then it moves to her house, and she kind of gets really attached to the library and really enjoys running it. And so it's kind of about that, but then also it's about she really wants to have a child, but she doesn't have a boyfriend or anything, so there's some romance involved. And I did pick this up because I thought it was going to be cute and like really about a library, and I feel like in the middle, I don't want to give it away because it's a big spoiler, but like something kind of drastic happened, and now I feel like the book is about something completely different than what I thought it was about. So I mean, I'm still gonna finish it. It's just not quite what I expected it to be. So it's cute. It kind of reminds me of a Hallmark movie, but so I'm about halfway done with this one, and then I'll move on to another one. So the next one also has the word library in the title, which is why I picked it up. So that is The Last Chance Library by Freya Sampson. So this one is about a librarian named June, and she is also threatened with a library closure. So she's afraid that her library is going to close. So she's worried her library is going to close, and she is working with the locals trying to keep it open. And she lives in a little English village, and it just sounds like it's going to be a very cute, cozy book about a library. And I'm hoping it will be, because I kind of thought that's what that book was going to be about, what The Lending Library was going to be about, and it's kind of not. So I'm hoping this will be like a cute library read. It also says that an old school friend is back in town and has feelings for her, but she doesn't think he feels that way. So it seems like there's a little romance involved too. So I'm really hoping this is going to be a cute, cozy read. I like books that are set in small towns, and this one's a quaint English village, so this sounds really cute, and I'm hoping I'm really going to like it. The next book I have here is The Bookshop of Second Chances by Jackie Fraser. So this one is not about a library, but I also, as you can probably assume, picked it up because of the word bookshop in the title. So this book is about Thea, and her uncle recently passed away and left her his house and book collection, and it's in Scotland. So she goes to go stay at the house and kind of figure out what to do with it. And she kind of wants to sell the books, and she just kind of falls in love with this cute little Scottish seaside town, and she can't win over the bookshop owner, Edward, and that's who she wants to sell her uncle's books to. So this just sounds like another really cute, cozy, bookish read in a cute seaside, quaint little town in Scotland. I just think it's going to be really cute. It seems like there's going to be like an enemies to lovers romance, so another cute, cozy read. The next book I picked up, I was just kind of scanning the shelves looking for cute, fluffy books to read, and this one caught my eye because the cover was bright red. So it's called For the Love of Friends, and so this book is about Lily, and she is a bridesmaid in 5 of her friends' weddings. This book kind of reminds me of 27 Dresses, the movie, I think that's what it's called, where the girl is always a bridesmaid in all of her friends' weddings, and she loves being in weddings, but she's never been married herself. So Lily is a bridesmaid in 5 of her friends' weddings, but then she is also a writer, so she decides to start a blog about weddings, so about all the crazy stuff that's happening at the weddings, and her blog is called Bridesmania. It starts out anonymous, but of course few things online remain secret forever, as the back cover says, so I'm assuming she gets exposed somehow, and I'm sure crazy shenanigans ensue. But this sounds like it's going to be a funny book about kind of like maybe poking fun at weddings a little bit. But yeah, I thought it just sounded like a cute rom-com. It reminded me of a rom-com movie, so I picked it up. Next, I've already talked about this book a little bit. It was in my September TBR, but in case you didn't see that one, I'm going to mention it again because it fits into this category as well. And that's How Sweet It Is by Dylan Newton. So this is about Kate Sweet, and she is an event planner, and she's known for planning fairy tale weddings. But then somehow she gets roped into planning a best-selling horror novelist's book launch event, and he's kind of tired of being in the spotlight and tired of his reputation as the Knight of Nightmares. So I think it's just going to be like a cute rom-com about them kind of getting to know each other and working together on the event, and I'm sure there is some cute romance in this one as well. So this one I'm hoping to get to this month. The next book that I have to share, I've heard about it on a few different channels. A few other booktubers and bookstagrammers have talked about it. I think I might have seen it on Grace with Books channel, and that is The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This one also reminds me a little bit of another rom-com movie. I think it's called The Ugly Truth. But anyway, so Shay Goldstein, the main character in this book, is a radio producer, and she proposes an idea for a radio show called The X Talk, where exes, I guess, talk to each other, and it should just be like a funny show. But then her boss likes the idea and decides that she should be in this show, and that she should be in it with her coworker who she's been butting heads with for a while. So this sounds like another enemies to lovers romance. I'm sure there's romance involved. So they are basically pretending that they're exes, like that they had once dated, and now they're the hosts of this show. But they actually don't even like each other. They've never dated before. So I think this could be a very cute, funny book, and I'm really excited to see it. I've seen other people read it, but yeah, sounds really good. Okay, the next two are books in a series. I don't think that you have to read them in order, because I only have the first and the third book, so I'm hoping you don't have to read them in an order. I think they're all standalones, but that is Geekerella and Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. So this is part of the Once Upon a Con series. So they sound really cute, like fan fiction kind of nerdy books with some romance in them. So I probably will start out with Geekerella, but then and I'm not positive if you have to read the second book, but I guess I'll find out after I read the first one. So in Geekerella, so this is about a girl named Elle who is a geek girl, and there is a cosplay contest, and she wants to enter, and she'll have a chance to meet a meet and greet with the actor to play the prince in one of her favorite shows, and it's also about the actor who used to love cons, but now he's famous, and so I think it's just gonna be them meeting and falling in love, And this just sounds like a really great nerdy book, and I love like fan fiction kind of books, and so this kind of seems like it might fit along with that. And so that's Geekerella. And then Bookish and the Beast is, I'm assuming, a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So this is about Rosie. She loved this book series called Starfield. It was her mother's favorite series, but then they ended up having to sell off the collection, and so now she doesn't have it to comfort her anymore. And so this is another one where she meets up with someone famous, and then, you know, I'm sure hilarity ensues, and then they probably fall in love. So this sounds like another kind of geeky fandom kind of book, and I'm really looking forward to this one. I don't know what the second book is in the series is called, but I don't have it, so they don't seem like they go together. They're two different characters, so I don't think you have to read them in any order, but that's those two anyways. And I have one more book here. This is another one that was recommended on Abigail's Cup of Tea's vlogs, and that is the Kindred Spirits Supper Club. This one sounds very fun. It's about Sabrina, who can see ghosts. She's always been able to see ghosts, and her family can see ghosts too, and the ghosts come to them for help, and they try to help their problems. But she does have one friend who's a ghost named Molly, and they've just been friends through Sabrina's childhood. And then so she kind of like left that life when she grew up, and now this book is about her coming back home, and then she meets a new man, Ray, who's a local restaurateur. So she meets this new guy, and so she kind of wants to leave this area, and she says she doesn't have time for romance, but of course I'm sure there's romance. So this just sounds like a cute story, and a cute little romance story, but I really like how there's like the supernatural element with the ghosts. So it sounds really cute, and I'll probably read this one soon because of the ghosts. It's kind of fall-ish. So yeah. So that's a lot of books that I'd like to get to. I'm notorious for checking out like so many, like 100 books from the library, and then I never have time to read them, so then I return them. But so I've just been in such a rom-com mood that I just couldn't resist all of these books. So so yeah, I hope I'll get to a few of these this month. I'm working on the lending library right now, so when I finish that, I will start on another one, and then we'll just see how many I get to before I have to return them back to the library. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope I give you some good book recommendations if you're interested in rom-coms, and I hope to see you soon in another video. But until then, mischief managed.